I can always count on my sheep. My quick play spell, Scapegoat. You can mop him up for me.
Hey everybody, Scapegoat here, and today we're going over the new structure deck. It is Structure Deck R Lost Sanctuary. That's regards to the Agent archetype from long ago, Master Hyperion, Agent of Venus, all of those good cards. So we're going to be going over that and what's included in there, as well as good cards to pick up, what'll be in there, and also things to consider in the future. What do they need and all of that stuff. Before we get into all of that though, be sure to be subscribed to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. I have a Discord link below, all that other stuff. I do streaming on Twitch as well, and we do Duel Links content and regular standard remote duel content for Yu-Gi-Oh, as well as podcasts and all those other things. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it and talk about one of the old archetypes we've all missed and loved, Agents. So this deck is slated to be released August 7th of 2021. It is a 40 card main deck, and it does not mention anything specifically for the extra deck aside that it comes with cards for it. I'm not sure if that means they're new cards or cards that are priorly made and just going to be included, like Gachi for the Venus summon, the Shine Balls and overlay, or what have you. The deck in the OCG also comes with a power-up pack, so usually we see these with structure decks and they kind of just include cards that'll boost the strategy of the deck and kind of make it more desirable and more playable. So what can we expect in this deck, and what should we be looking out for maybe to purchase if you want to get some high rarity cards? Well, let's just jump right into that. So first up, we're looking at the Agent of Venus. This one is a very well-known card, specifically back in the day in Pure Agents as well as World Chalice. So basically it's a level 3 fairy monster, and you pay 500 life points and you special summon a mystical Shine Ball, who also will probably be included in this deck. However, they both have super rare copies that are included in legendary collections, so they are pretty limited in quantity. So if you want to high rarity your deck, you're probably going to want to jump that ship now. Another agent that'll likely be included in this deck is the Agent of Earth. It is a level 2 tuner monster that when you normal summon it, you can actually just search out an agent. Additionally to that, if you have Sanctuary of the Sky on the field, you can search Master Hyperion. A very good thing to note about that is it is a tuner, and that could be very useful information in the future. We are getting more cards all the time, and you know, Kriston Halofibrax is a thing. This next agent wasn't a very popular agent back then. However, the Agent of Saturn is a monster where if your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can actually tribute it to inflict the damage to your opponent as damage to their life points. So basically, if you do that, you do skip your battle phase. However, if the new strategies in this deck make this type of thing consistent, or, you know, easily take out their life points and then just use this card to take out your opponent, I think this could be a very useful card, or a card to consider. Definitely not really considering it now. However, you know, there's always a possibility that this sort of thing could be one of those hidden gems that you wish you could have gotten. This next card never really saw play because it kind of came out a little after. It's called the Agent Uranus, and this monster acts as an extender if you have the Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, and if it is summoned once per turn, you can send one agent card to the graveyard, and Uranus will become the level of the agent that you sent. So another good thing about this card is that it is also a tuner, so this deck has 2 tuners in its archetype, making Halofibrax an even better option. The Agent of Jupiter was used purely as a beat stick back in the day. However, it does have a second effect where if you have the Sanctuary of the Sky on the field, you can actually special summon one of your banished fairy monsters from your banish zone, where you can special summon one of your fairy monsters to the field. This effect could prove useful if we do get a better version of Sanctuary in the Sky, or there's more merit to using Sanctuary in the Sky. And the final leader of the agents, Master Hyperion. Master Hyperion is a monster where you can remove from play a agent from, I believe, on the field or in the graveyard to special summon it. That's not limited to once per turn. The card itself can be used to banish an agent in your graveyard, to select one card on the field and destroy it. And if you have Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, you can do that twice per turn. So definitely a good card for removal, assuming, you know, Sanctuary of the Sky is a good enough card to be played in the deck. You can do 2 cards as opposed to the 1 back in the day. And if you pair that with the Agent of Jupiter, you can special summon cards too. Another card to consider that is not an agent is Zeradius, Herald of Heaven. So this is pretty much like the Harpy Queen of the deck. You discard it to pretty much just search out the Sanctuary in the Sky. It also has another effect where if that card is not on the field, you have to destroy this card pretty much. We're only looking at this card to search out Sanctuary in the Sky, and pretty much only if we do get like a version 2 of Sanctuary in the Sky, or a card that says this card is treated as Sanctuary in the Sky. Another forgotten boss monster of the fairy archetype is Arclord Cristia. Arclord Cristia is if you have 4 monsters in your graveyard that are fairies, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can add 1 fairy monster from your graveyard to your hand. If this card goes to the graveyard, it would go to the top of the deck. So that's a pretty cool effect, and also to add to that, both players cannot special summon. One of the next cards I don't really think you need to pick up, but if they do end up making a new version of it, it would be very helpful, is Sanctuary in the Sky. Sanctuary in the Sky has an effect where a controller of a fairy monster does not take battle damage, and that is all it does. So it's not a very good card. It's a field spell, so we're looking at hopefully, you know, making the structure deck give us a new rebranded field spell that has the included effect of it being treated as the Sanctuary in the Sky, so all of the other agents get their added benefited effects. A possible additional effect you might want this new Sanctuary in the Sky to have is a search effect similar to Trickstar Light Stage to add to hand, and maybe even an additional normal summon, giving us a total of 3 summons per turn, excluding their extenders. They do have 2 other extenders in their deck, Hyperion and the other one that's escaping me right now, Uranus, I believe. So that's a total of 5 summons now that I think about it, which is actually pretty cool. Not many people know or remember that Agent actually have a counter trap. Since they all utilize the Sanctuary in the Sky, there's a counter trap that if Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, it can negate a spell, a trap, or a monster effect and destroy it. So that is a very powerful effect, and one that would be even more powerful given the new Sanctuary in the Sky, if there is one at all, would be real and would be beneficial to deck. It's also good to note that this counter trap is not once per turn, which is a very good thing. And finally, we're going to go on to our links. Kriston Halka-Fibrax, obviously I mentioned this before, you can pump out some tuners if you need to kind of link ladder climb. You can summon the Earth, I believe, off of Kriston Halka-Fibrax, and you can use Uranus to kind of make Halka-Fibrax just to kind of get those things rolling. This next monster is a Link 3. It is Celestial Knight Parshath, and it is a card that pretty much searches the Sanctuary in the Sky, or it can also search cards that list Sanctuary in the Sky, which a majority of the agents do. And there's also an additional effect where if one of your other fairy type monsters goes to the graveyard, you can banish a fairy monster from your graveyard to special summon a fairy from your hand whose level is higher than 1 sent to the graveyard. So there's some sort of additional beneficial effect. I don't know how much use or practicality behind that you'll get. However, the first effect of this card being a searcher is pretty good. So what are my thoughts on the Agent structure deck? I think it's a great deck to get new support. I've been waiting for agents to get support for a while. Let me know how you guys think about that, what you guys think about this video, any effects that you wish the agents would have, or what you guys think. I know another card would be Honest to mention in the archetype. However, I don't really believe in the whole battle trap stuff. I don't really think it's worth it. I think you want to go for more combo oriented or stun oriented cards rather than rely on battle stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe to me or follow me on anything below in the description. Have a nice one. Bye.